Right, welcome back everyone. Before we do anything, let us proceed into our scientific lesson for today. Okay, and for our science lesson today, we turn to the thread, to Jade Star, Ringo's sister, don't you know. How does a holy cross behave so incredibly like a boomerang? That is the question that was put to us. And the answer is, in fact, not because the holy cross is two boomerangs stuck together. That is a ridiculous and unscientific theory, and you should be ashamed for even suggesting it. Instead, there are, in fact, three competing theories as to the possible applicational uses of the cross. The first theory being the principle of heroic attraction. This states that any significantly sized object that rotates around its midpoint, not like that, Ryu Hayabusa, you twit, those are too small, will be attracted towards the nearest source of heroism, or tortured anti-heroism. Yes, that greasy emo tosser is a possible source. The second theory is similar to the first, but invokes the dastardliness of charged particles. As you can see, Richter here is preparing to throw his cross, good lord, and there he goes with it. Now, the cross is obviously holy, it has an H+ charge, but however, Richter is also holy, he has an H+ charge, and the castle is unholy, having an H- charge, so the cross goes towards the castle. In order to create a condition where the cross comes back, Richter has to make himself unholy, and so he has to think dastardly thoughts. Whoa! Whoa! Yes, that was terrible of him, and therefore the cross comes back, and then God punishes Richter, and who could blame him? Okay, and the final theory is, of course, a theory that invokes the bird theory. That is the third theory that is the bird theory. Isn't that strange? Yes, the bird theory is cited by ornithologists who claim that the birds cast forth by Maria in this fashion are the possible cause of the cross's returning. However, doves do not have the long-lasting potency necessary to power the cross in this manner. Therefore, we must conclude that the cross is full of owls. And here is a mock-up of the possible action of the cross as created by them. Okay, so now you are aware of the three competing theories which tell of the ways of the cross. We don't know which is correct at this point in time, but one of them might be, or all of them might be wrong, you never know. So that is your science lesson, and now let us proceed into the darkness. Right, now with that nonsense out of the way, I'm Evil Tim, and this is Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Let's play Castlevania Rondo of Blood. We will go to stage 4 apostrophe. Stage 4 apostrophe is known as the final divergence. However, if we had gone the other way, we would have got a much more metal title, which I will demonstrate unto you now. Which would have been much better once you think about it, but never mind. Anyway, the blinking frogs of death are our obstacle now. If we drop down into the water and wait, they will get us. There are also non-blinking frogs of death. Some of the frogs of death are normal frogs of death, and they are the ones we must fear the most, for they leap at us and use their proboscial tongues, which is evil of them. There are also crows, and the less said about them the better, so we're not going to say anything about them. Ha ha ha, crows, you're puny. That one is an evil frog there. He would have tried to trap us, but we outwitted him, and thus everything was exploded by this handy explode-everything gate. They're common in Transylvania, don't you know? Now below us are strange chocolatey things floating on the water. We will see what they do later, and like blinking frogs of death, we now have sinking frogs of death. How strange. Now, this one is a kamikaze frog of death. We will watch him as he leaps to his unholy demise. That was silly of him. Meanwhile, the skeletons have learned the craft of swinging. We must fear them now, for they have an extra trick up their sleeve. Not that they have sleeves, and therefore the trick is in vain, you foolish skeletons. Damn you. Damn you, Maria, we need a jacket. If only we had been to the shop before we had tried to defeat you. The ones swinging along below the platforms don't appear to actually do anything, so we can freely ignore them on our quest forward to find the second sinking frog of death, which will allow us to rescue ourselves a handy doctor's daughter. We've already got a nun, so we don't need another one of those. So the logical choice next is that. Now, I've actually fallen through one of these bridges before in my practice playthrough, which is the bridge over there, which allowed me to get down here without opening it, which was very silly, so we will not talk about that further. Also, you will have noticed from the start screen that I fucked this up. Yes, I actually rescued her once without thinking about it, without checking if my recording was actually running. And it turned out it wasn't. Therefore, I have had to run through the entire game again, or rather, run through the part until I got Maria, in order to provide you with this glorious cutscene. Here we go. You, wake up. Stop eating that bed. That is not an expression a normal person should have. Oh no, I'm injured somehow. I'm bitten by a pencil. She's been waiting all day just to rip the sleeve off her shirt. Okay, we shall surely be careful, and now we will see what's in that room if she isn't, which is all this stuff. We get lots of hearts here, we randomly save state for no good reason, and we get all of the sub-weapons there, including the songbook, which you will see at the end of the stage, where I shall demonstrate it, and meanwhile, we will escape from this place. And it's actually significantly harder to get out of here than it is to get in, because you have to make your way across here without being murdered by passing fisherty men. Because the fisherty men, they like to murder people, they're evil like that. So, we will make it out, we will, without the aid of that cross which dropped in the water in a treacherous fashion. There's some meat in there, or whatever the hell it is from Maria, and then we make our way out. You, stop attacking me with your tongue, that's despicable. Alright, so we're going to save state here, and then we are going to proceed onward to show the songbook and Dullahan the way forth to him, because it involves something extremely stupid. Right, so through here we go, and we will find that stupid thing. What is the stupid thing, you ask yourself? Well, we are going to be attacked, firstly, by dodgy skeletons hiding behind trees. Yes, we are. Here we go. Look, they think it's a clever tactic. And secondly, by the Fleaman 101st Airborne. So we must flee both of these terrible things. Hey! Where's Richter? He's supposed to be here. He's slow enough for us to ambush you. You're not that Richter. Oh, God. That wasn't very well thought out at all, lads. We should have tried calling in more air support. Okay, so we're in the pre-boss area for Dullahan, which would give us a turtle. Bugger the turtle, it's awful. Oh, come back, I need some love. No, you don't, you're awful. Right, so down here we go, and we can get ourselves a few more things, and some ice creamal, and then we can demonstrate the songbook, which is useless. Well, I can think of a couple of places you could use it, but it's a very, very situational sub-weapon, and also demonstrates that Maria is horribly tuneless. So we will demonstrate that right now. Here we go, the songbook, which is her version of the Bible. She can shout oblong and make some notes appear, or... Yes, that would kill anything, I'm sure. Right, that will only hit things that are at the top of the screen. It lasts quite a while and it doesn't cost much, but that's the item crash and it's useless. So, now we have finished doing that, we will make our way towards our actual boss. Get out of the way, you devious frog, we'll have none of your ways. Right, and as you might have guessed, the way to get to the secret boss area is along these things, these chocolatey things. Now I actually had to restart there, largely because I managed to kill the bird at the end of this section. These birds come along towing these strange log boxes that are really hard to get anything out of without killing them. We're also subject to the crappiest ambush ever. I really am not sure what these guys are meant to do. They have these spears, but they get killed so easily. So do those, and that's unfortunate. I got you now, Maria. We're going to... There. Whose idea was this? It was yours, you Burke. Oh. Well, I suppose I had my revenge thwarted upon me then. Now, there are multiple translations for the sign that's coming up, and I just decided that all of the translations were true at once, and therefore we are going to go along with that theory. Here is the sign. And yeah, I managed to kill that bird before it dropped the sign, which also kills the sign. Here we go. Well, it's got a few meanings. Right, and here's Charon again for some reason. Hello, Charon, we're going to climb onto your boat again. He's going to show us around a different good place. Oh, I can't wait. It'll better be better than the other good place. This is a joke, right? Right? I'm glad I didn't pay a fare. I'd want it back, you horrible man. Anyway, I think he's kidding. Let's jump back in the boat. Okay. Right, so he throws us some meat and we jump... I'm just going to warn you, Charon, I've got mace. I don't care. Right, so we pick that up and then we jump back in the boat one last time, and for this he will throw us an invincibility jar. And he will keep throwing us invincibility jars if we keep climbing back in. We can still hear you, Charon. Right, anyway, so we've got a couple of Rosarios here and some strange chain bats will attempt to assault us, but they are terrible at it and thus will be defeated in the traditional manner. There's another one there for some reason, even though it's past any point we should need to use it. We can unlock this door now. One of those would give us a key if we didn't already have a key, and egad, we're being attacked by placeholder backgrounds again. Actually, I'm not sure if this is an emulator error or not, being as everything I've checked up on looks like this, but I can't imagine it's meant to be that vile green colour. Anyway, now we are going to fight Laura and Camilla. Camilla is the weird, silly mask thing. she has a skeleton head that cries bloody tears for some reason. She also screeches in a horrible manner. Right, I'm going to save state there quickly so that I can demonstrate what it does if you get caught by her. You get lesbianated, which is terrible for some reason. Homophobia, it's a scourge of the universe. Anyway, we've got to defeat the skull-humping weird witch woman, and then we will do that by summoning our bird forth. She's kind of easy here, what with only having one attack in all. She cries bloody tears. Bloody tears. Right, and now her ninja girlfriend is going to attack us and be somewhat more successful than she was. But not that much. One last jump and she's deaded, and she goes, nyeh. Because, I don't know, maybe she was Bugs Bunny or something. Anyway, we pick up all the millions of hearts she ejected all over the place, and then we have the orb at the end of the level, and our birds are going to race each other. Frank, I've beaten you already. Nonsense, we're frozen in time. You cannot judge this. You're right, your hindquarters have disappeared. Good lord, so they have. Anyway, we got the last area here, stage 5 apostrophe, and I'm going to quickly clear it out before we say our goodbyes. Get out of it, you fidgety man, you're awful. Anyway, they're all gone now. I have been Evil Tim, and this has been Castlevania Rondo of Blood. The next update is coming soon, and much sooner than this one. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye.